We continue working our way through the Saxon poets Vīta Carolī Liber, and today we're on the page starting Annō 774. As always, I'll read the page and then we'll go through it line by line. Tales Italicis dum res agarentur in oris, Saxones sibi contiguos invadere fines, ausi francorum, pagum qui dicudor hasi praedantur, flammis que simul populantur et armis, quos animavit ad hoc longinqua profectio regis, credentes uciscindi sibi tunc fore tempus, damna prius per eum que maxima sustinuere, qui tamen usque locum qui fride schlar vocitatur progressi, quandam cupierent tradere flammis ecclesiam, quam se cravit Bonifacius illic, martyr et antistis Christo dilectus in aevum, hoc frustra nissus facinus complere nefando, invasit subito terror divinitus ingens, atque fuga turpi trepidos repedare coegit ad patriam, quos non hostes non arma fugarunt. So, doom, while, such things, tales res, so we've got the plural there, such things were being done in that time or in that season in Italy. The Saxons dared, so here we have ausi, which is the plural masculine nominative past passive participle, which you'd normally say ausi sunt for they dared, but in the poetic context you can omit the sunt, so it's just ausi. So the Saxons dared to invade the neighboring borders of the Franks themselves. Pagum, a district which is called Hasi, and this is Hesse in Germany in the modern day, was predated upon. It was plundered. Together, it was destroyed. Let's see, I glossed that as it was ravaged, devastated with flames and with weapons. And now we say, well, what caused them to do this? The long absence of the king inspired animavit them to this, believing themselves that then would be, so fore is future, to be in the future, the time of avenging the punishments or the penalties, which the great ones that they had sustained previously through him, meaning Charlemagne. So ulciscendi here is a genitive future participle from ulciscor. And we've got quite the sentence there. So they think, hey, Charlemagne's been out, because remember, Charlemagne got a big army and he invaded Lombardy, so he's down in Italy, and they're like, it's time to cause some trouble. Qui tamen usque locum, qui fride schlar vocitator progressi. So who, having progressed also until the place which is called Friedschlar, which is modern-day Fritzlar in Germany, certain ones, quandam, wanted to hand over to flames the church, meaning they wanted to burn it down. And which church? The church which Boniface had made sacred there, consecrated, I suppose would be the closest English word, in that place, Illic. And who was Bonifacius, a martyr et antistes Christo dilectus in aevum, a martyr and an overseer, beloved into eternity with Christ. Now, Christo here could be dative, it could be ablative. I'm being convinced by the dative here, because he consecrated it to Christ, I think that makes a lot of sense. Otherwise, you could interpret it as ablative and say that he's beloved into eternity with Christ. So here, Christo is commenting on the eternal state of Bonifacius rather than whom he consecrated it to. I mean, both of those statements would be true anyhow, so it doesn't make a huge difference. Hoc frustra nisus facinus complere nefandum. So here, facinus is actually a neuter. So singular neuter accusative. And nefandum matches that. So it's like a nefarious crime. And then we've got nisus. So in vain, having advanced to complete such a nefarious crime, suddenly, subito, a great terror, ingens terror, divinely given, divinitus. Remember, that's that adverb that we also saw back on page 1, talking about how Charlemagne received like the divine right to rule, divinitus. So this great terror comes upon them, atque, and it forces them to retreat, coeget reperare, to their fatherland. And who does it cause to retreat? The trepid ones, meaning the Saxons who just got terrified, and they fly with turpid flight, so with like an ugly, dishonorable flight. Whom, not enemies, not arms, routed. So fugarunt is a tricky verb here, because the first time I saw it, I was like, oh, they fled. But then you have a problem, because one, the armies and the weapons didn't flee, and two, that's not what the word means. It's not fugarunt, it's fugarunt, which comes from fugare, which is to rout or to chase away. How confusing. So they weren't chased away by enemies or by weapons, but they were chased away by this divine terror sent from heaven upon them for daring to try to burn the church that Boniface had consecrated to Christ. So I'll scroll down so the footnotes are there if you want to pause and read them. And with that, we'll pick up on the next page in the next video.